Well, the Wisconsin Badgers went to South Bend last weekend, beat the Irish 6-4, a hat trick for Cole Caufield on Saturday. Too many penalties, and the Badgers fell 5-2. But they are 3-3 in the last 3 weekends against the first place, second place, and fourth place teams in the Big Ten. And now Minnesota comes to town, and the Gophers are playing well. I'm Brian Posick. Head coach Tony Granato joins us next on the Badger Hockey Digest. Three game, 3 minutes left. Caufield steps in left circle, scores! First hat trick of Cole Caufield's Wisconsin career. He goes top shelf on Cale Morris, and Wisconsin has the lead 4-3. Well, Tony, the record may not indicate it at 3-3, but since the Christmas break, I think you've been playing some pretty good hockey, don't you think?
I do, and again, when you have a first half of the year when you don't perform up to expectations as far as the results that you want, the urgency of understanding that we need points and we need wins. So we played well, we played hard, probably played better than 3-3, but now it's still about finding ways to not get through weekends with splits and saying, okay, good weekend, we got to be better than that. So got a great challenge in coming up with Minnesota. I think we're ready for it and excited for it, and then this has to be the week where we make a push.
Yeah, and last weekend in South Bend, you beat Notre Dame 6-4, down 2-0, 3-2. You found a way to win that hockey game, and then on Saturday, I thought at times you played pretty well too.
Played actually really well on Saturday. We took too many penalties. The power plays were 7-2. They get the 3 power play goals. That's the difference in the game. 5-on-5. We held them to 5 scoring chances and even play, and I think we had 13. So we played really, really well. We just didn't play smart enough to win a game. So that's the bottom line at this point of the season. We're 20-plus games into it. It's understanding that the discipline, maybe the referees were, a little bit lopsided and didn't favor us in any way, shape, or form. But we still have to find ways to make big kills. We have to find a way to stay out of the box better than we did.
Yeah, and on Friday night, Cole Caufield scored his first collegiate hat trick, his 5th multi-point game, and it's ironic because when Wisconsin played Notre Dame here at the Kohl Center, Cale Morris stoned Cole on 3 breakaways in that 5-4 overtime loss, and here he beats him on 3 straight shots.
It was incredible. I mean, all 3 of the goals are beautiful. The first one, Dylan Holloway starts with a great finish to create the turnover for him to go in, and he makes a great move. The second one, the Turcotte play, was fantastic, and the other one, just a tremendous shot. So he's he looks like now he's got his feel back that every time he shoots it, he's going to score. He had a little bit of a stretch there where he was getting his chances, and it was posting out, or it was off the goalie's knob, and you could see a little bit of frustration that they weren't quite going in for him. Now he's back in a little bit of a rhythm, and when you get a goal scorer hot and feeling good about himself, generally they go on a pretty good run. So that's what hopefully Cole will do for us.
Sure. Of course, Cole scored a lot of goals with the National Team Development Program, grew up in Stevens Point playing with his brother and playing for his dad. Let's take 2 minutes with Cole Caufield. You were at the rink probably at a very young age, weren't you? Do you remember the first time you put on skates?
The first time I put on skates was age 2. I think I was crying because Brock was on the ice and I wasn't. So, I think just being around the rink so much, it helped us fall in love with the game at such a young age. And, I'd call myself a rink rat. I never want to leave. So, it's something that I've just become accustomed to now.
Yeah, your dad worked at the rink, coached at the rink. Did he have you do chores at the rink?
Yeah, that's actually how we got our ice time. He made us sweep the locker rooms and stuff like that. So, there was also stuff that we were doing, and it was nice to have that ice time. We were pretty lucky in that way that most kids didn't get that opportunity to have. So, again, like the chores he made us do were all part of it. He made us stay honest with them, and he didn't let us get away with things.
Yeah. For fans that don't know, Paul Caufield was a hell of a hockey player. He played Division III, UW Stevens Point, the school's all-time leading scorer. And if my math is correct, if I did my research properly, he scored 126 goals and like 281 points in 150 some odd games in his collegiate career. That's pretty good. Now, you had 126 Gs in 126 games with a national team program, but do you know how good your dad really was?
Yeah, I've always heard things. One time he showed us this VHS tape or something. I guess we were asking him why he looked so slow. So There's just some funny stories that we've heard about him. I mean, obviously, if you look at the stats, I mean, you could just tell that he knew what he was doing out there. So obviously, I listen to him a lot, and he kind of knows what he's talking about. So it's pretty cool for him to have all those records and stuff, and he's someone I look up to a lot.
Yeah. Your grandfather was a pretty good player too, wasn't he? Played for the Milwaukee Admirals back in the day.
Yeah, no, he was something special. He kind of got our family into hockey. So, I mean, you got to thank him probably the most. So my dad learned from him, and we're learning from both of them. So we kind of got we got too lucky, I guess, just having those hockey minds and hockey brains helping us along the way.
So how did you learn to shoot the way you shoot?
I'd probably say my dad just, he kind of just gave me a curve, a pretty simple curve growing up, and he never really taught me, any tricks to do it. I think just shooting in the driveway, or basically anywhere I could in the lobby of the rink, I think just picking up things by myself. And I mean, I've always kind of loved, that kind of part of the game. I think I enjoy it more than other players, just kind of like thinking, how to score more than just kind of just shooting. So, I mean, obviously there's many ways to score goals now, and they're just going to get harder from here. But, I mean, there's always more room to grow and more ways to find, to put yourself in better situations to score.
The Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or L Directors Cup on Twitter. Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
Well, the Minnesota Golden Gophers come to town this weekend. They've won 5 of their last 6. They're playing well under second-year coach Bob Motzko. And, I know up in Mariucci it was a series opening loss and then a heck of a game on that Saturday where Max Zimmer scored the game winner in a shootout. But this is a good team coming to town here this week.
They're playing as well as they've played in a couple of years for sure. They skate well. I think they're being way more disciplined defensively. They're realizing they're not scoring a ton of goals, so they've changed. When they don't have the puck, they retreat and they defend and they wait for mistakes. So, we've just faced it with Notre Dame, we faced it with Michigan State, we faced it with Ohio State, Minnesota, and Wisconsin used to be back and forth, up and down the ice. This one might start a little bit differently. They might start a little bit more conservatively. Hopefully it'll get to be a little bit more of that end-to-end action. I think the way we're starting to skate and the way we're starting to roll 4 lines over, it would be better for us to play that type of game. But we'll have to be patient with it. If they want to play, clog the neutral zone up, we'll have to be smart and chip pucks in and get in on the forecheck and see if we can create offense that way.
Yeah, with 8 games left in the regular season, as far as Big Ten play is concerned, the league is really kind of jumbled up. I mean, you can make a decent move in one weekend of solid hockey, can't you?
I mean, we have to make that move. Yeah, and like we've talked about earlier, the last 3 weekends are 3 splits. You feel like you played better and deserve better than a split. You played 3 good teams. And Minnesota winning 5 of their last 6, they're a good team right now. Mm-hmm. And this is our chance to show that we're a good team as well. And to do that, you got to do better in the split.
All right, good luck. Have fun.
Thank you, Ray.
Sure, that's Tony Granato, Badgers head coach. Wisconsin and Minnesota this weekend. Friday night face-off at 7, Saturday night at 8 o'clock. Both games on Fox Sports Wisconsin and the Badger Sports Network. And for Tony Granato and Jay Williams, I'm Brian Posick. Thanks for watching the Badger Hockey Digest.